Hello, Wankers, and welcome back to the new season.
What's up, Vankahs?
Greetings, Vankahs. We're back, baby. Season 3, Vankah Hours. You people have been clamoring for this. Well, guess what? We're back. But before we get into that, cue the music.
No fuck smash my door. I'm gonna fucking Steiner and I'm back for more. No fuck smash my door. I'm gonna fucking Steiner and it's time for
And we're back. But before we get into this episode, Guenther, because we're going to be doing your predictions for the 2026 season, what do the people need to do?
They need to subscribe more than ever. You know, it's a new season. They've got a lot to look forward to, so subscribe before Matt gets upset.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Well, there's been so much chaos. These testings, these new regs, these big-ass engines, these delayed starts, this turbo, rear wings, so much. Guenther, can you just give us a snapshot before we get into your predictions? What were your overall takeaways from testing? Was this one of the crazier testings you've ever seen, or was this kind of par for the course? Where do you put it?
I wouldn't call it crazy, but with regulation change like this, with changing everything, chassis rules, engine rules dramatically, that's what you expect. And it delivered, you know, in the testing. We saw some people who have high expectations. They are nowhere, you know, and nobody expected that the cars would be so reliable because everything is new. I think the testing went very well for most of the people, not for everyone, you know. So, I think we don't really know until we get to qualifying in Australia what is actually happening, because I think you can hide a lot more the performance with these regulations, with these power unit regulations than ever before. You know, how you deploy the electric power and so on. You can really tweak that one. So let's see. But I was amazed, like Mercedes and Ferrari and also Red Bull, how reliable they were as engine manufacturer. I mean, especially Red Bull, a complete new company set up to make F1 engines, which is not easy. So very surprised about some of the things, you know.
Can you explain to me? You say hiding performance. They talk a lot about like, oh, they're just sandbagging. They're just sandbagging. Why do teams do that? Is it because they're like Mercedes was afraid that they were going to get hit with the with that engine ruling? Is that why you sandbag? Why is everyone hiding performance? What is the point of that?
The point of that is because if you show your performance, people start already to analyze where you get the performance and maybe can copy you, you know? So especially with this deployment, because you can analyze everything because you get GPS data, you know, you've got everything you've got. So that is why they're doing it. And as you said, Mercedes maybe was also a little bit concerned about, you know, with this compression ratio measurement rule, that they would be seen to be too performing and would get knocked back maybe. So they said, best we don't show our real hand and wait until the first race, because that made them gain 6 to 8 weeks.
Guenther, you sandbagged entire seasons. You hid performance.
Yeah, we never could find the sandbag and never take it out, you know. So we just left it in the whole season, you know.
That's right.
Unintentionally, because we couldn't find it, you know.
Guenther, if you had to give a Rockstar for all of testing, who would be your Rockstar for the testing of the 2026 season?
Manufacturer-wise, you mean? Or
Yeah,
sure. Manufacturer-wise, yeah.
Who would be? I would give that to Red Bull, because, you know what I said before, it's the first time they do, or Ford and Red Bull, because obviously Ford was involved in that power unit, because making this from scratch and never have done an engine before, it is very difficult, and they did a good job, in my opinion. No, we will see if they did a good job in a few days, but it looks like they did a good job.
Who gets that credit, Guenther?
I think they can share the credit. I don't know how exactly collaboration works, but it's a collaboration between Red Bull Racing and Ford Motor Company. I would say they get for sure some of the credit. As far as I understand, Ford was quite involved in I call it the hybrid system, the electrical part of it. So I'm sure that some credit is for both of them.
But I feel like Honda was kind of helped them along in that journey. I mean, you say it's from scratch, but isn't there a lot of Honda DNA still there? Like, didn't they take people and maybe steal people? And maybe that's part of the problem. And when we're going to get to Wanker, maybe that's part of the problem and what we're seeing on the other side of the grid with Honda?
I wouldn't think so, because the development of the Honda engine is done in Japan. And you know, it's the how different this industry works, the Japanese and the English one. I don't think for sure there is some people which went to Red Bull, but I think more was how many people they stole from Mercedes. That made the difference, in my opinion. Because I think the basis of that engine company is for Mercedes is former Mercedes powertrain employees.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, then this leads into, who is your wanker for testing 2026?
I think we got a united opinion here. We got I think it's a green car. Huh? So,
yeah. If you could call it a car, Aston Martin.
Yeah. With all the hype, Adrian going there, Honda, and it didn't work out. I would say, but look, when Honda came in, not the first time, because they were in and out, I don't know how many times in the last 50 years, So, but the last time they came back in, they struggled when they were in the McLaren, and then they sorted themselves out and won World Championship. I think they just take a little bit longer, and obviously when you have got a power unit which doesn't work, it's difficult to design a car. But then I think we all hear that the car is badly overheating. I don't know what that is down to, because that normally is down to also the car, the aerodynamics, because less you cool a car, faster you go. It's as well, we all know that one. So maybe Adrian tried too hard.
Yeah, how much of this, it's hard to know exactly what percentage of blame goes to which person, but, they brought in Newey, big flashy hire, greatest designer in the history of Formula One, arguably, and he's team principal. Is this maybe the beginnings of the end of the Adrian Newey era, or do you put more of this blame on Honda? Where are you assigning blame here for what's happening over at Aston Martin?
It's difficult to assign blame. If I want to assign blame, I think it's a combination of things. Obviously, Adrian, he designed great cars, the most successful designer of Formula One cars, modern Formula One cars, taking on a bigger role. Maybe it was a little bit too much. And, Adrian always had very good people around him. We never have to forget that one. And that takes time to build up that team at Red Bull, It was the same. It took him a few years. But obviously, having now the additional duties of a team principal doesn't help to do that work, to put a team together around you, So, and we don't have to forget, they've got Enrico Cardile there from Ferrari as well, which, but in the end, the result, I don't think Lawrence Stroll is a happy man in the moment.
Do you have any advice, Guenther, as someone who came in last and had lots of cars break down, do you have any advice for Lawrence and Adrian in his time of troubles?
Thanks for your encouraging words of my career, Matt, really appreciate it. No. I mean, the advice is, Lawrence knows what he's doing. He changed management how many times in the last 5 years? 5 times, I guess, a minimum.
And half of them are still there.
Pardon?
Half of them are still working there.
Yeah, but somewhere else. They're still paid. I don't think they're working, So.
Okay.
Oh, they're on the payroll.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're working, So
that's the best job. That's the best job there is. Guenther, what would you say to Lawrence? What would you say to Adrian if they're in front of you right now? What would you say to them?
I mean, just work on it and be patient. Don't lose. Don't make any weird moves now. I mean, in the end, you need to get through it. I mean, the good thing is with them, they've got the funding, they've got the finances to do it. They just need to see it through and try to get a team together finally. And I would say with Adrian, you've got a good leader because people want to work with him. So just try to get a team together and stay patient. Don't get upset with Honda because then again they will leave, and then you're back to the Mercedes engine. Because in the end, nobody forced Lawrence Stroll to take the Honda engine. He could have been staying with Mercedes, and you live by your choices, I guess,
Yes, you do. Okay.
Wait, can I just say what you should have said to him? I said what you should have said to them?
Yes.
Brian's sick of me.
What
you should have said to him was, you could have finished in last for a lot less. A lot less.
You could say.
I did it. I did it. Yeah. I did it. I did it on the way lower budget. I'm just letting you know. If you need to finish last on way less money, you should hire me. That's what you should tell Lawrence.
I know how to do that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Also, last in 2026 and beyond is worse than last during your era because
Yeah, you came in 10th. These guys might come in at 11th.
Come in 11th, but okay. Let's get into these. Let's get into your predictions. We're gonna go constructors into driver battles, and then we'll get your driver's prediction at the end. Who's winning this WDC? But Guenther, who do you think is coming in last place of these manufacturers and constructors?
In the moment, my favorite is to become last is Aston Martin. It's pretty clear.
You don't think they can turn it around? You don't think this is too difficult of a mountain to climb?
I think they will turn it around, but I think it will be too late in the day.
Okay.
I think at some stage they will start already to think about next year, and which is much better because you have got also to respect the budget cap. You not can just throw money at it and do what you want.
Right.
Right. So you think they might just give up and move on to the next season?
Yeah, I think so. After, at least halfway through the season, if they haven't found the mojo then, which is very difficult to find, they will just move on to next season.
Okay, I got an Aston Martin gas or brake for you, Guenther. Aston Martin ditches Honda in 2027. Gas or brake?
Brake.
Okay.
You need to give a partner a fair chance. Honda stood up and said, we messed something up. I don't know exactly what they messed up because they were not clear about it. So, but you need to give them at least one, if not two chances to rectify. And I think it's for sure also financial. If you ditch them. I mean, you remember when McLaren ditched Honda, they weren't patient enough. They lost a lot of money. And what happened 2 years later? Honda won the World Championship with Red Bull.
So how you think that how long would your leash be there? You're thinking at least 2 years. You give them how long do you give them?
3 years. 3 years.
Okay, 3 years.
If it doesn't work the third year, I'm pretty sure Lawrence Stroll pulls the plug.
Okay. Do you think they can turn it around in 3 years?
Yes. I think Honda for sure can turn it around. I mean, they've done it before. Obviously, they need to get back to where they were, but they've done it before, and they will fix it.
Okay. Of this driver pairing.
Yeah, next one.
Yeah.
Who do you think's coming out on top between Fernando Alonso or Lance Stroll?
Ooh, that's a difficult one, Ooh,
Yeah.
It's actually
you need to ask an expert there.
It's actually more difficult than you think because what are the odds? There's another gas or brake. Alonso doesn't make it to the end of the season. Because if it's as bad as you think it is, I mean, he's 40 million years old. Is he going to sign up to just show up for a team that is this horrible that can't even start their car, can't even finish a race? Why, with a 45-year-old back, why is he flying all around the world for that bullshit?
Yeah, it's a good question. It would be a good question for Fernando, and for sure somebody will ask him that pretty soon. Why you are doing this, buddy? So.
Here's a question.
You have contractual obligations, so I think he will see it out.
I have a potential scenario here. Colapinto's not working out. We're halfway through the season. Colapinto's laying an egg. We know Fernando, Flavio, they got a good thing going on.
Brian, this is brilliant. This is the best idea you've ever had.
What do you think? I mean, if what do you think? What are the chances Flavio gives a call to his old buddy Fernando Alonso, who recently just on his Instagram did an advertisement for this,
Billionaire Boys Club
that Flavio is a partial owner of. They're buddy. What are the
He's
odds?
his manager.
He's his manager. You think
he was his manager? I don't think he's his manager anymore.
But they're Yeah. What do you think? Is that I know it's we're in playtime zone, but what do you think?
And first, when you said it, I thought you're suggesting that that Colapinto goes to Aston Martin.
Well, maybe they need some. Maybe they
do a trade. They do a trade.
Yeah, a trade. Yeah, and for sure, Colapinto is a lot cheaper than Fernando. Yeah.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
think about it. I mean, it's not the first time that it'll be the fourth time he's gone back to fucking Alpine, right?
He almost didn't start there, but he almost started there, and he could end there. What you're saying, his career.
Well, he won the championships there. He left. He came back. He left. He came back, and now he'll be back for the fourth time. Yeah, potentially. I'm just saying it. Let's not throw it out. I could see it potentially happening. Okay. You think, obviously, Fernando Alonso is beating Lance Stroll in that driver battle. Okay, who do you think is getting
Paulie Market set it up.
Paulie Market set it up.
Good.
Who do you think is getting in 10th place?
Cadillac.
What have you seen from them in this? What have you seen from them in this testing? What are your impressions of what they've got going on over there?
The car doesn't seem to be very fast. It's like, and I don't think there is no need for sandbagging for them.
Right.
It's there. The sandbag is in there as well. So it's a little bit. I expect a little bit. It's very difficult to get in there, but they are a little bit far off from P9, and obviously they somehow they're lucky that the Aston Martin got this wrong, or Honda, because otherwise I think they would be at the end, because they had the opportunity to do a lot of more testing before. Obviously, as I said, it's very difficult to set a new team up, but they are doing it since a long time. They have no budget constraints, as far as I understand. So I expect a little bit better from them.
It's interesting because if you were to ask me, and I don't know shit, it seems like getting a new engine is like the hard part, and having and building the chassis is relatively easier. In my mind, going into the season, I was thinking that maybe Audi would have a harder time because they're just building a whole new engine from scratch. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Why do you think that that's not the case? Why do you think Audi seems to be outperforming Cadillac? Because they have that long-standing structure in Switzerland.
Yeah, it's not as easy as you say, building your own car, but it's as you say, the technology to get into the detail to put a power unit together. It's harder, I would say. And again, I would say Ford and Audi did a good job on that one. They knew what they were going into it. And Audi has got the advantage. They've got the Sauber facility to do the chassis. They've done there in Formula One a long time. So, but as you said, Cadillac had Ferrari to help them because some of the suspension is from Ferrari, the gearbox. They didn't have to do their own gearbox as well. So that's why I said I expect a little bit better. But
that's they did what you did. They did the same thing that you did. You were
very similar. They did, yeah. Very similar. They did, yeah. So, but we didn't.
Matt, stop. Throw the pen away. Throw the pen away.
Sorry,
we're picking up every click.
Sorry about that.
I fucking finished last, Matt, but you cannot even record a podcast. Yeah. My claim to fame is finishing last in F1. Matt's claim to fame is he fucking cannot do a podcast after 5 years of doing it, So.
Leave it in! Leave it in!
5 years in. 5 years
Leave
in.
it in.
5 years in.
Leave it in.
I've got a pen. How about this, Jen?
Okay.
Where were we? Cadillac. Somewhere with Cadillac we were.
With you picking up they have a Ferrari engine. You had a Ferrari engine.
Yeah, I think the model is very similar as we did it when we started. Obviously, a few things you cannot do anymore these days, like we were allowed by regulation to do at the time. But in principle, that's what it is. They get a power unit with the electronics, with the hydraulics, with the gearbox from Ferrari. So, as far as I understand, they were very early in the wind tunnel as well.
So, what do you think, as someone who's done what Cadillac's done, just a new spot on the grid, didn't exist before, new facility, like it's not like you're taking over an old team. What do you think the choke points were? What do you think that they stumbled? Like, what do you think went wrong in this process? Because you came out of the gate, you were pretty competitive that first year. Where do you think you succeeded that first year where they didn't?
I think, first of all, F1 has become more competitive than when we went there.
Even without a cost cap? Because when you came in, there was no cost cap. So you were you could argue you were at a worse disadvantage.
We didn't have money, as you know, we didn't have money to waste, I think Cadillac spent a lot more money. Maybe that was one of the issues. They had too much money and they just tried to make it up with money, And what we tried to make it up as a team is with just dedication. But it's I have no insight on Cadillac what they exactly did, but
But you know what the challenges are. So, like, what were the hardest things?
People is the challenge. People is the biggest challenge. To get the right people, which have got the right attitude, which know that they are a newcomer. They need to work hard, not always have if I would have more money, I could do more. Because that doesn't work. So, and maybe that was the thing here. There was enough money, just let me know what you need to make it happen. And people just always had a wish list instead of doing work. And now everything is there, but no, not a competitive car.
Well, they spent a lot of money on two people. One Valtteri Bottas and one Sergio Checo Perez. What do you think is happening with that driver battle? This is a pretty interesting one. I think a lot of people are looking at this. These are two guys in kind of similar places in their career. They were both on top teams. They both were let go, and now they've come back towards the end of their careers. Both considered top talents at one point in this game. Who do you think's got the edge between Checo and Bottas?
I think as drivers I rate them very similar. I think the edge will have the guy which doesn't get demotivated, which keeps on pushing, That I think it's the being resilient is what needs to be. Who works for the team, who brings the best feedback, who keeps on motivating the other ones. That will be the guy which wins. As soon as one or both of them are starting to give up and not believing in it anymore, because as you said, once you won races, you don't want to be at the back end of the grid, That gets old pretty quick. It's interesting, the first 5 races, you're back in Formula One after they've been out a few years now, but then it gets old as well pretty quick, and like we said before with Alonso, how long can you do this,
So it's a question of who do you think is going to check out faster?
Yeah. Who do you think's more motivated?
Who do you think's
I
more
think
motivated?
Checo, check out, it almost rhymes.
Oh, you think Checo's going to check out faster?
Yeah, exactly. Checo going to check out first.
But Checo almost has more to prove. Is that just because
of the name, or is that because
I think
of other
because of the
things?
name, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just got to do with the name,
Okay. See, I guess I feel like Checo is like got a bit more of a chip on his shoulder than Valtteri. Valtteri seems happier in his life. I don't know. He seems like he's having a good time. He's like drinking. He's drinking gin and partying,
showing his ass
everywhere. My money's on Checo. Okay, your money's on Valtteri. Matt, who do you have there?
I rate them about the same. I think Checo's probably better racer. Valtteri qualifies better. I go on Valtteri.
Okay, you two on Valtteri. I'm on Checo. I like it. Okay, Guenther, who do you think is going to be in the 9th constructor position?
I would say it's a battle between. I would say it's Audi.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say it's between Audi and Williams, but Williams will recover because I think they just have a delay in what they're doing. They can get it there again. While Audi's facing as well new engine. It's, as you said before, not easy to do. Their program started a little bit late because they had a complete management change 1.5 years ago. And I wouldn't say they started from scratch, but they made a big step backwards. They made a step backwards to make two forward, but they didn't keep on going. So I think that they will be a little bit struggling because of that, because they're just new in this BU battle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a fun driver battle here because last year, obviously, Nico had his podium, but Gabby came in. He was looking strong by the end of that year. He was out-qualifying Nico pretty consistently. This is a new reg set. We've wiped the board clean. Gabby, we know, is like a big sim guy. He's kind of a little bit of a Max Verstappen protege, also a Fernando Alonso protege. Do you think there's a chance that Gabby Bortoleto outscores and outperforms Nico Hülkenberg in 2026?
I don't think in 2026, but it will get there. I don't know when. Is it 26 or 27? But it's obviously Nico is at the tail end of his career. The other guy is just starting off, and he's very talented, Bortoleto, So I think this year, it will be very equal. It will be an up and down, I think it will be equal. But if I would have to put this season, I think the experience of Nico will pay off.
Okay, you've taken Nico. Matt, who do you think?
I'm taking Gabby. Nico's got his podium. He doesn't give a shit anymore.
I think that Gabby's gonna take him as well. I think that I don't know. I saw a lot that I liked. I guess I'm curious about this. What are you getting a sense of with these new regs, with the movable arrow? There's so much more to navigate. Just in terms of technically, in terms of just navigating the PU, the recharging, the movable arrow, all this kind of stuff. Do you think that like some of these older guys are going to struggle with that? Do you think it favors one type of driver over another?
I think it favors, obviously, the younger drivers, because think about it also like this. You have to adapt to something completely new. You have a lot less baggage to carry, what you have done before, because you have been in Formula One only a short period of time. And also at your career, when you're getting at the end of your career, it's like, I gonna put some work in. I think if you think about if you're a young driver, first of all, you have got a lot less bad habits, you need to get rid of. And obviously, this is your future, so you put automatically more effort in to learn something new than when you say, hey, I've got another 2 or 3, maximum 3 years left in Formula One. I put the effort in, but it's always, we're all the same. I mean, you say you do 100%, but it's maybe 99%, while the young kid, which knows everything depends on it, puts 100% in.
Guenther, what's the last new skill you picked up?
I never had any.
Come on, you were a mechanic.
I don't know which one my last. I don't know.
Podcasting.
Podcasting.
That's a good one, yeah.
Podcasting.
I'm good at that, because I'm old,
Yeah.
You're better than I am. You don't click the pen.
Wait a little bit before I call it a skill, because maybe I fail on it. Maybe I'm at the back end of my career, and I'm not as hungry anymore as the young people to learn about it.
I got it.
Maybe I talk out of experience. It's what I picked up lately. To realize when you get old what you can be good at and what not. Basically, me nothing.
You gotta be. Guenther, you're very young at heart. We're very young at heart. Okay, you got Nico. Matt and I have Gabby. Let's go on to our 8th. Who do you think is getting 8th in the Constructors' Championship?
I would say Williams.
Okay.
They started a little bit late. But Williams can move up a little bit, but they started late. They need to recover. I think they've got some issues with the car, but they showed that they can do it. They showed that last year they're not a bad team, so they can recover, but they start on their back foot.
Okay, let's talk about this back foot that they started on. James Vowles came in for the last couple of years. Since he's gotten to Williams, he's talked about 2026, 2026, 2026, 2026. And then 2026 arrives, and they're like 40 kg over.
Yeah, and they fuck it up, yeah. Exactly.
And they totally fuck it up. I mean, what do you chalk that up to? I mean, what happened there?
I think James spoke too much about it and did too little about it.
Yeah.
So, because
He overpromised and underdelivered.
Yeah, lately he got a lot more quiet than he was last year. Huh?
Yeah.
Last year you couldn't open anywhere without James Vowles. I haven't seen anything for him the last 4 weeks. So,
and he was like, and he came in 5th, which was so amazing. And he's like, well, you ain't seen shit. But he was like, you ain't seen shit yet. Wait till 2026.
We will be world champion. Yeah, we didn't have test. Yeah, and then we came in and we had to pay. When you check in and you've got too much luggage, we have to pay a fee because we are overweight.
Guenther, why does a car end up overweight? I know why I end up overweight sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
But why does a car? I know when I get on. I know what I did when I get on the sky. I go. I know what happened. Yeah. What happens? Like, what were they rating how is that car rating the fridge too much and not getting on the treadmill? What did they do? What did that car do wrong?
I think what normally happens and what I think happened to them, the chassis rules changed, the side impact, everything got a lot more strict, and you design something and you don't achieve it, and once you have no time anymore to redesign properly, you just need to put weight on to get away with it. That I think it's one of the biggest issues they have got, that they just needed to botch up a problem, which came from not passing the crash tests. That's a lot. But how do you get there? It's like why some people are good in aero and some are not. It's down to people. It's down to process. It's nothing different in weight than in performance, because weight is performance. But what it is with weight, it's actually, I wouldn't say the easiest performance to get back, but it is. Because if you get the weight down, you will be quicker. It's not like if you develop aerodynamics, you develop something, you think you're quicker, then the balance of the car is not there. If you get weight of a car, it will be quicker. It will be quicker. So obviously, they shouldn't focus on anything aero-wise. They should just focus on getting the weight down. And then that's why I say they actually have got a good chance to fix it.
Yeah, how realistic do you think their comeback is?
My doctor says no more than 1 pound a week. Like how much weight can they safely lose quickly?
I think they've already taken off a lot of it. It's just a question of I think they were 44. I think they've gotten it down to a lower number. But I guess I'll frame it like this. James Vowles wants this team to be competing for world championships. That's what he says. He talks a lot, and we've seen now that maybe he can overpromise and underdeliver. The James Vowles project, I'm going to make Williams great again. I'm going to bring Williams back to the glory days of the.
He wants to do a McLaren
and 90s. How realistic in this reg set with this start do you think he can even get close to getting there? Is that just a pipe dream?
No, to get there to win is very difficult because you can have that plan, but the other ones are not standing still, and right. they're a good team. So for this year, I think it's unrealistic. I think again they need to look in the medium term to get up there. But I think if this year they can make it up to 6th or something like this, that's already a good achievement.
Is McLaren replicable with Williams, or is McLaren just a completely different beast? Because they were a customer team. They're a customer team.
Yeah. McLaren did something which wasn't done for a long time, 2 years ago when they made that big step, So, you can try to replicate, but you know how it is. I want to do this like he did it. It normally doesn't work. You need to find your own way to do it. So, but nothing is impossible. I think the investment into Williams is going in. So for sure they've got a good base there. The shareholders are investing.
Do they have a wind tunnel?
Yeah, they've got a wind tunnel. Yeah, they've got a wind tunnel. They've got their own wind tunnel. Yeah, mm-hmm. They've got the infrastructure there. So it's not something impossible to do.
Okay, all right. They've got 2 great drivers over there. You got Carlos Sainz, Alex Albon. Obviously, Alex started the year off hot in 2025. Carlos ended the year on fire. 2 podiums. Do you think the Carlos Sainz domination continues into 2026, or Do you think Alex puts up a good fight? Who do you think is taking that driver battle?
I think Carlos takes the driver battle now. He has got a second half of the season last year. He found, again, back to his old self, knows the team now, puts a lot of effort in. So I think he moved ahead there now.
Matt?
It kills me to say this, but I think Guenther's right. I think all this nerdy, brainy stuff favors Carlos. He's so smart. He'll figure out a way to win in this reg set.
Alex Albon's taking the driver battle. I'm sticking with my boy. That's what I think's happening. Okay. That was our eighth place team. Guenther, who do you think is getting P7?
I think it will be Haas.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because how they came out wasn't bad. Obviously, it's more of the same, in the midfield. Nothing changed there. But because so many people had issues, like the people we spoke before, they will end up being P7. Because the other ones to recover, other people will have better results the second half of the season, but they will be behind by then. And therefore, I think I predict a P7 for Haas.
So you think that is that a typical Haas problem, that they start out strong and they just can't finish? Is that what you're predicting?
I wouldn't say they cannot finish. It's just like the other people, I think, have got more opportunities. More people just can put more effort into it, and everybody else has got their own wind tunnel. If there is an issue, I think the other teams are quicker to recover, while Haas will build what is there. But I think there is not enough energy there to overtake someone, It's more like defense than attack.
Mm-hmm. I see. Because a lot of people are bullish on Haas. They think they could go 6th or even 5th because of the Ferrari engine. And a lot of people have a lot of hope for that. Ferrari figured it out this year.
Again, on the engine side, we need to see how it is played out in who showed what in the testing. Because I think the Mercedes, they were all a little bit behind. But they can go better.
Do you think even the Mercedes customer teams were sandbagging a little bit? Like was Alpine sandbagging? Was Williams sandbagging? Or was it just Mercedes, Mercedes Formula One team?
No, I mean, if the engine is driven by Mercedes, maybe, I mean, the teams will know what is done, but Mercedes will decide what they're doing with the engines.
I see.
Oh, so they could tune them. They can tune them down.
Exactly.
Tune them
that's
up.
complete in control of Mercedes.
Wow.
Interesting.
So when Ferrari gave you an engine, they're like, this is the full beans yet.
Yeah,
You're not getting.
You know what you're doing. Yeah, they tell you what they're doing. Yeah.
I see. Got it. Interesting.
I see. They're like, we're going at 75%. And shut the fuck up about it. And
don't ask anymore. You don't get it anyway,
That's right. Vankahs, this episode is brought to you by Factor. It's a new year. We've got big goals, and we have no time to cook. Listen, the F1 season's starting. I do not have time to cook myself meals, and that is where Factor makes my life easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs so you can eat well without the shopping or cooking. I cannot tell you, I live in New York City. It is impossible to not spend $1 million every single day when I leave my apartment and I go to a restaurant and I buy food. I don't even know what's in it. I don't even know if it's even that good, but I know I'm paying extortionary prices for it, and that's where Factor has really changed the game for me, because Factor's got quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. No refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils. Meals that fit your goals and schedule, healthy eating, calorie management, more protein. I'm trying to lean up, baby. I'm getting married this year. I'm trying to look sexy in those photographs. I'm also trying to be healthy. I'm getting a bit older, and I'm trying to be a healthy boy, and that's where Factor has really changed the game for me as well. Always clean, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes, no prep, no stress. So if this all sounds appealing to you, which it should, you can head to factormeals.com/Vankah50off and use code Vankah50off to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Oh my God. Free breakfast for 1 year. This offer is only valid for new Vankah customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchases. Make healthier eating easy with Vankah. This driver battle, Esteban Ocon and the hotshot, Ollie Behrman, who had quite the year last year. Who do you think's taking this driver battle?
Behrman, pretty clear for me. Yeah, I mean, he showed last year. He's a good talent, and again, he's up and coming. And Ocon, I think it's his last team he drives for in Formula One. So I think it's pretty clear there that Ollie will have the upper hand.
I am in agreement. I think it'll be Ollie as well. Matt, what do you think?
I think it's going to be Ollie. I saw a lot of flashes from Ollie. I think he had his number in qualifying. I think, towards the end of the season, it was really clear that Ollie was really special. And I was interesting because Komatsu came out on a month ago, and he said Haas expected more from Esteban last year. And that's kind of a bold thing to say. He put some pressure on Esteban. Do you think, Komatsu, he doesn't mince words. Do you think Esteban's under some serious pressure this year?
I would think so. If he doesn't deliver this year, if he cannot beat Ollie, I think he could be his last year.
Yeah.
And for him, as I said, anywhere else, I think it's difficult to find something. He has been in half the teams already, so.
Yeah. He's certainly made his way around that midfield. But also, who knows how long Ollie Behrman's going to be at Haas.
That's the other thing. Maybe they need to come because it's the best choice, So you never know. Yeah.
I feel like if he's not shitting the bed, then they keep him because Ollie is not there for the long term.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe it's better to have one guy which was there before. Yeah.
But also, Haas is no longer maybe the lowest branch. There's farther branches you could hit on other branches you could hit on the way down. Looks like.
That's right. Okay, let's move on. 6th place.
Racing Bulls.
Mm-hmm. What are you seeing there? Because that's pretty high to put them, given that they've got a rookie and a sophomore. We don't know exactly what we're necessarily going to get from Arvid. I know that they have a lot of hope and a lot of, they've put a lot into him. And we know that Liam can be strong on any given Sunday, but we don't know that he can be that consistent. What do you think? Why do you think Racing Bulls goes above a Haas or a Williams in your opinion?
In a Ferrari and Mercedes engine?
Red Bull, because they are very close to Red Bull Racing. So if there is something they need to learn, they can learn it quicker because there is collaborations. Always legal ones. So it's easy. I
thought they're not allowed to do that.
There is some things you can do, not everything, but you can do a lot of things, as a collaboration. And if you have got an issue, you can discuss it with the other people for sure and try to find a way out of it. So I think that one. And I think Liam, now knowing that he is the senior driver, I think he will get back to his good old, I think, staying calm and all that. And he showed last year that he can be at the level like Hajar, and Hajar made it to Red Bull. So I think that giving him the confidence that he can lead the team. Obviously, Lindblad, we have to see how good he is, but he was promising in the lower formulas. So why should he not deliver? But I put it more down to it's Racing Bulls over the last years. They got a lot more consistent, in the midfield. So I think that is my reason why I think they are 6th. It will be a tough battle between 5th and 7th. It will be tough because whoever comes 5th is also not this far ahead.
Okay, well, we got this driver battle here. Arvid Lindblad coming in hot.
Liam Lawson, don't
you think? Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Really? You got to. Why you like Liam?
It has nothing to do with liking him, It has to do, I think because he has got this more experience. I mean, Lindblad is a rookie, Be fair to the guy. Don't put him under pressure, because then he falls, and then you will be critiquing him. Oh, he cannot make it in F1. Yeah, because everybody puts pressure on. Be realistic. It's his rookie year. He will be behind his teammate.
Yeah, don't be Toto Wolff. Don't anoint the kid when he's 12 years old. Just let him grow. Give him time. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Matt, who do you think's winning this driver battle?
I think it's Liam, because he desperately needs it. He needs it so bad.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't wipe the floor with Arvid Lindblad, I mean, it's curtains for him. Curtains. So, he got thrown out of Red Bull. I mean, he was in out, at V-Carb. Then he got the 2-day promo. He got a cup of coffee at Red Bull, and then he's back. He needs this. He's going to have a future in Formula One. He needs this. So I got to give it to Liam.
Yeah, I'll give it to Liam as well for all those reasons. I think this is a make or break year for Liam. If he wants to be in F1 for the long term, he can't be the guy who his teammates beat and then they go on to greener pastures. He's got to be the guy who puts at least a couple of people in their place. That's got to be his path. Okay, I think I know who this next team is going to be. In 5th place, I'm assuming, Guenther, that you have Ferrari. No, Alpine.
Alpine. Yeah, Alpine.
How did they make it this deep? Tell me why they're this deep.
Engine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a big part of it, because I think the car last year, it wasn't good, but it wasn't as bad as they showed. They had a clear deficit on the engine, and then obviously I think it's their, I wouldn't say last shot. If this doesn't work, I don't know how long Renault sticks around, and not getting rid of the team. So lots of pressure, but also technically, David Sanchez, he was long time at Ferrari. He's pretty good. So I think they can move in there. But as I said, between 5th and 7th will be a big battle this year. But in the moment, I think we also have to see how Colapinto, Franco, performs, because it's an up and down with him. If he performs like he did when he came into it, he's fine. If he performs some of the other stuff he did, it was not so fine, I would say. So let's see. But Pierre Gasly, good driver, very solid, so. And
more than that, Guenther, also a business partner,
investor in my gig. Yeah, he
that's
trusts
right.
me to give me his money. So
that's right.
Wait,
what does that say for him? Man? Give me your opinion. You of course got one.
It shows he lacks a lot of judgment.
Yeah, exactly.
It says a lack of judgment and foresight.
Worse, So thank you.
Wait, did you ask him? Did you ask him for money personally?
No, he volunteered. He couldn't wait.
Wow, you didn't even have to ask him.
No.
Come on. So is he your boss?
No.
Have you had any meetings with him?
But you have his money. You have his money.
His wallet. Yeah, part of his wallet, not all of it. So yeah,
part of his wallet in a bank account somewhere. Okay.
Yeah,
did he demand? He's like, I want 20% ROI by, was he demanding a return on his investment?
You would know that answer to him, but I would have given him, yeah.
You would have said, hey, you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. You go and drive your Renault or Alpine or whatever it is called,
Yeah.
And try to make some money so you can invest it here. Yeah.
I want to dig into something you said before this, that this might be a make or break year for Alpine, that if they don't perform well, let's say they have a year similar, maybe probably a little bit better than it was last year. Last year was about as low a bar as it could possibly be. Let's say this year they underperform. Renault is not happy. They want to pull out. What do you think happens to this organization? What do you think happens to this Alpine team? Does someone buy it? Is it Christian Horner?
Sure.
Is it you?
Buy it. Yeah.
Someone will buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think it won't be called Alpine anymore? It'll be something else because that's connected to Renault.
Exactly. Yeah. It will just change ownership. It will not go away. It will just change ownership and then start from fresh.
Steiner Racing. What would you call your team?
A lot of people's wallets to do that one, but you never know.
Who do you think's getting it? If let's play out that scenario. They have a bad year. They want to sell. Is it Christian Horner? That's what a lot of people are thinking. That Christian Horner would be the person to take that.
Brian,
spot.
you know the answer. It's a very simple answer. The guy which pays most will get it. You know, pretty simple. You know, and I don't know who is that because I don't know all the people out there which are willing to open up their wallet. But the guy which will pay most will get it, as everything in life. You know, not the best looking guy, not the smartest guy,
The richest guy. Okay. Does Flavio have any influence on that decision?
I don't think so. No, and I don't think he wants to have. It's not. I mean, he doesn't own it. You know, so you know, the only ones which will decide it will be the Renault board. And they will go for the biggest number. Because once you sell it, you don't care. You know?
Guenther, have you ever been to Flavio's house?
No.
It was just featured on the newest Drive to Survive season. And let me tell you, it's gaudy.
It's ostentatious.
Let's just say he gilds the lily.
Explain me all these sayings. It's the
Gaudy. It's gold everywhere and just, tacky. It's got, it's golden bears entering the house.
United States which likes that style, huh?
It's very Trumpy.
Yeah. It's very Trumpy.
It is very Trumpy.
It's very Trumpy.
Ostentato. It's very ostentato.
Okay. Gasly, Colapinto, I think I know who you're going to say.
Gasly.
Who do you think's winning? Gasly. Matt?
I have to, you know.
Gasly. Okay,
Do you
here's a
think
question.
that Colapinto makes it to the end of the year?
Fuck. If we see the same shit from him as we did last year, if it's the same struggles.
He will not be there after the summer season. If we see the first half of the season not performing, he will be gone.
Now, do they? Who do you think's in? Do they still have Aaron? Who do you think fills this? If it's not Alonso, who do you think fills that spot? Do we have anybody lined up? Because do we still have 9 reserve drivers there? Let's see. I'm just looking this up. Alpine.
That maybe is the difficult bit. You know, who will come in instead of him? Because there is not.
Yeah, who would be? They have Paul Aaron and Kush Miney are the reserve. So I guess they throw Aaron in.
Yeah, I think they at that point, because there is not anybody out there, with experience except Alonso, if except that all works out as you suggested. But otherwise, it will be Paul Aaron, yeah.
Or Kevin Magnussen.
Or Yuki
you think Kevin
Tsunoda.
Magnussen still, or Yuki Tsunoda?
I think he's good now with Formula One. I think he quite enjoys what he's doing now.
Okay, let's get into our now. Okay, this is where it starts to play for keeps here. 4th place in the constructors.
Red Bull.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah, why? Because I think all the other ones have just got so much more experience with the power unit, and they will just be a little bit ahead. As much as good as a job Red Bull and Ford did to beat the Mercedes and Ferrari out of the back, it's almost impossible, So that's why I put them in fourth.
There was a lot of talk about this engine being really good. In the early testing, they were looking. Toto Wolff said that they were the benchmark. Now, that might have been a little bit of playing for the press or whatever.
That might be a little bit of Toto Wolff, huh?
Yeah, might have been.
Wolfing
That might be
it,
a little bit of
wolfing it,
Toto
yeah.
Wolfing. He's wolfing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think that you think that as strong as the Red Bull power unit has looked, given that it's a brand new system over there, you still think that it's too much of a mountain to overcome to get over going up against the Mercedes and the Red Bulls of the top teams. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you think Mr.
Okay, driver matchups. Let's go.
Isak Hadjar does. Okay, here's we all know who's going to win the driver battle, but here's a gas or brake for you, Guenther. Isaac Hadjar breaks the Red Bull second seat curse.
Gas. He will. Mm-hmm. He will. He will
Why
not be beating
Why?
Max this year. First of all, I think there have been so many precedents there that something has been learned. Not to put too much pressure onto somebody going up against Max. Because that doesn't work. I mean, even I understand that, and I'm not the brightest guy. So I think Isaac is good and is very young, and he can take his time and wait a few years as long as and also the management has changed completely at Red Bull. So maybe with Laurent there, it's a different attitude as well. How to approach the second seat? You tell the driver you cannot beat that other guy for the moment. So just give the best result for the team. If that is second it is. That's the best you can achieve, and I'm happy with that. Don't try to beat him and overdo it and break mentally on it by trying to do it.
The question is, as much as people can tell you that, will Isaac,
you got to be able to tell
be
yourself
on that same wave?
Yeah.
It's like my parents told me to do a lot of things growing up, but I had my own, it's like I wanted to do things the way that I wanted to do them. I'm curious because, he was talking really positively about these cars, I think in Barcelona, right at the beginning of testing. And then the next day he goes out and he had a big shunt. I think he totaled the car. I think it was like a big shunt. How much does a crash like that early in testing kind of put you on the back foot? Because I know that once it gets to the season, Yuki Tsunoda had a big shunt, I think in Imola last year, and it kind of put him on the back foot going into the rest of the year. How much does an early crash in testing kind of screw up your year?
I think the good thing was early in testing, so already he could make up during testing to get over it. You get over it by having results, and in testing you can do that because you're running all the time. Like in a race, as you say, and in testing, not so many people watch you. It is not always in your face. Everybody got an opinion, I think he can. I mean, he got over. Think about last year in Australia, to the grid lap. I mean, he was destroyed, and the next race he came back and it was strong. So for sure he learned something out of that. It's a crash, but nevertheless, get up on your feet again and get going. It's no point to dwell on it. So I think that will not influence it. It's just like, but he has seen so many of the other guys, what happened to them at Red Bull. So again, just look at that and say, I don't want to make that end. And I must admit, with Laurent there, it will be a little bit less pressure internally.
Okay.
Well, you're definitely going to have less of the palace intrigue going on, and that's for sure. And he seems like a chill guy. I don't know him personally, but I believe you do, right? You know him.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, not very well, but I know him. Yeah, no, he's chilled. I mean, he's confident. The right confidence. So. I think he can do it.
I guess my question with him is he because he seems a bit like we've interviewed him, we talked to him. He's got a cockiness to him. He's got a swagger to him. He's chilled, but he's got
confident,
he's
quiet confidence.
He thinks that his shit smells pretty good. I guess it's
I don't want to go there, but anyway.
I wouldn't say he thinks his shit don't stink. I think he thinks his shit smells pretty good. I just wonder. And my question with him going into this year is, yes, there are, those looming Red Bull pressure cookers seem to, they are not there anymore. Well, now we got friendly Laurent with his glasses and his long hair, and it's all good and it's all hunky-dory. But is the mindset of him, is Isaac's mindset when Max Verstappen starts putting up times that fuck with him, will that get into his head, and will he just fall into that trap? Because Max Verstappen brings that out of people. That's my question going into this year. But you think that it's not going to happen, so I'm going to go with that. I wish the best for young Isaac. Okay, let's go on to position number 3. Who's going to get third place this year? Constructors.
McLaren.
Okay.
In the end, McLaren is a customer team. And therefore, it's the first year especially, you're always a little bit of a disadvantage because you're getting the information of the power unit later, so you cannot develop. As much as they're good, I think that never helps you. Longer regulations in place and longer you get the same engine, easier it is to design proper or better for it, not properly because it's for sure properly designed, the McLaren. So that is my opinion why they get third.
How long do you think? How many years do you think it could take them before they could start competing with the Mercedes?
I think next year they will be there again, competing with the Mercedes. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we got a good one. Driver battle.
Now we got a good one.
Yeah.
Who do you think's winning this driver's battle? Papaya? Will the papaya rules rule again in Lando Norris's favor, or will Oscar Piastri get the Lando Norris monkey off of his back? Who do you think's winning this driver battle, Guenther?
This is the most difficult one.
Yeah, this is really the only tough one we've had.
Yeah.
I think Gabby Nico is kind of tough this year. I think Checo,
Bottas, Checo,
kind of tough. But this,
neither of them are going to score points.
Because here we talk also about the world champion.
This is high stakes. This is the most high stakes, interesting driver battle.
I think it's Oscar.
Yes. Oscar's going to win this year. He'll win. He'll get fourth, and Lando will get fifth. Yes. Fuck you,
Tell
Lando.
me why, Guenther. Tell me why.
I think Lando having won the world championship, that's always a good feeling, and maybe a little bit more chilled. While Oscar for sure cannot be happy to have lost the world championship, because he lost it himself, and wants to
did he
make up
lose
for
it, or was it taken?
Stolen of him, as you would say.
Stolen from him.
Good old Zach stole it of him, So
Yes,
no, I don't
right.
think it was stolen of him. I mean, it was, he just didn't deal as good as the other one with the papaya rules. Call it like this bloody papaya rules, which still nobody knows what they are.
I went to a hypnotist and I told him to I don't even know what Monza is. It doesn't exist to me. I've had it stricken from my memory.
Monza, 3 points.
Yeah.
He won.
It's
by
Oscar
Lando
for me.
beat Oscar by more than those 3 points. He beat it by more than those 3 points.
Forget
Okay,
about
Matt?
Qatar. We're not talking about this ever again.
No, it's the past. We need to focus on the future.
It's the past. It's got to focus on the
People
future.
don't want to know what happened last year. They all know. They all do. They want to know what's happening in the future. Right? Again, you're clicking your pen and you still don't know how to do a podcast. So.
I'm not clicking the pen. I got. It's interesting. I hear your argument. I think Oscar has he's got a lot of fire in his belly. Lando's maybe a little hungover from the championship. Oscar's probably way more motivated. The only thing that I would put in Lando's favor is that this is the Lando Norris sweet spot. I mean, nobody is better at grabbing podiums with a third place car. This is Lando. Nobody's better than Lando at this. With a third fastest car. This is where he shines. Upper midfield, best of the rest type of upper midfield, third, fourth best car.
Okay.
But I'm going on. I still got to go to Oscar, but I think it's going to be. But that's my worry. That's my worry is that Lando's very happy in this situation.
I think it's going to be close again. I think Lando's going to get it though. And I think he's
you and your Lando. I mean, it's like where is
he won the championship? Guenther.
He won the championship, Guenther. I had to fucking fight both of you all year.
I go back now to
It's more like you and your Oscar Piastri. You just won't quit.
No, I don't give up.
You're a glutton for punishment.
If he doesn't deliver this year, I drop him completely.
Oscar, you got one more year, and then Guenther's out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
All right, now we're getting to the good stuff. Second place in the Constructors goes to
Ferrari. And you know why?
Why?
Because Mercedes will win it.
Yeah. Wow, that's very smart of you. I hadn't thought of that.
Okay, G Money. You're Mr. Elkan. How are you feeling about this right now? Are you pleasantly surprised? Are you furious? Are you kind of you looking at the at the P unit. I was thinking of G unit.
P unit.
P unit. You're looking at the P unit, and you're seeing how they're getting off the line. You're seeing Fred with the fucking rotisserie chicken at the back of the car. Are you happy with Fred right now? Are you feeling good about Fred?
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, no, they're doing a good job, but only one can win. I think they did a good job, and they will be okay. But in the end, it's just. I think Mercedes is just that little bit better. That's my opinion.
Good, Guenther. Have you ever seen the movie Highlander? I think you'd love that movie.
Yeah.
You remember the line? Remember the line from Highlander?
No.
There can only be one.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
No.
You should rewatch that movie. That's such a fucking Guenther movie. It's crazy.
Well, there can also only be one winner. And this is an interesting one because Lewis Hamilton's been talking. He's been talking. I'm back, baby. Forget about last year. I don't know who that was. I'm back. I'm feeling better than ever. He's loving this new car. Charles Leclerc just got married. Guenther, did you send him anything?
No, I didn't send him anything. No, I just read it actually, I think today or yesterday, that apparently got married. I don't know if it is true or not. He didn't invite me, by the way, So.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why
exactly,
no invite?
Yeah, Charles, what's up? We give you the first ride in an F1 car, in FP1. You don't invite me,
Okay, according to Jenny, they've done a civil ceremony. They're going to do a big wedding next year, but they did a civil ceremony. They drove around Monaco in one of his Ferraris and in the wedding dress, and they did like a kind of pre-wedding wedding. But you know what? It looked chic as hell, and you know what, Guenther, I think you should have been there. But who do you think's taking it? Lewis Hamilton?
I'm surprised he trusted for an old Ferrari car to get him to the wedding. Because given his luck and those fucking...
Should anything happen, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who do you think's winning?
Charles.
You didn't even think about that. 7-time world champion, you didn't even consider him. I mean, the amount of disrespect is unbelievable.
Charles, how many years is he there and cannot wait to win something again, I mean, the guy is good, so it's, how much younger is he? 10, 12 years younger, I guess,
He's about that, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, he's just, yeah. And Lewis did a lot, won 7 championships. I mean, who think is more driven to do something? And he just got married, now he has to pay the bills,
Yeah, but Lewis Hamilton's married to the game, baby. He's married to the game.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Lewis just linked up with someone with quite expensive taste. Got to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, but I think she's got more than him to start off with, But anyway, he's in a good place. I mean,
If anything, he's a dead weight on her. Now,
exactly, yeah.
What are your thoughts on Lewis Hamilton cozying up with Kim Kardashian? What are your feelings? What do you think?
I feel good for both of them. I mean, that's what love does to two people. I don't know what it is true. I'm not into this. What do you call it?
Celebrity culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Guenther, I hate to tell you, but you are a celebrity, so I don't understand. Like it or not, you need to be plugged in. You got to know what's up with your fellow celebrities. With your fellow influencers.
Guenther, who would you say is the most famous person you've met in a Formula One paddock?
I would say Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's pretty famous, huh? He was not only as an actor, as a governor, and all that stuff. Right. I mean, you need to put all together.
Must have been also especially for you, Guenther, especially for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You northern Italian Dolomite Austrian border. Yeah, that's big. Yeah. That's big for you.
Did he acknowledge you, or was it a nice interaction, or?
It was an interaction, but and once I met Maradona, the soccer player.
Yeah.
That was,
That was serious.
He's something special, He was something special,
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, who do you got? Lewis or Charles Leclerc?
I mean, if I going on last year, I gotta go Charles, but I gotta go Charles. Have to.
I am going Lewis Hamilton. He is happy, baby. He is into these new regs. He's into these new cars. They're gonna come hot off the line. Here's why I like him. Here's what I'll say. Charles, he's a quali merchant. I think he'll out-qualify Lewis. I think that he's got that top speed. But this year, coming from that second place, you're going to have that racecraft. You're going to have to get that little bit scrappy. And I think Lewis Hamilton has the edge over Charles Leclerc when it comes to that. I think pure pace is Charles. I think the wisdom and the scrappiness is Lewis. I think Lewis Hamilton upsets Charles Leclerc in 2026. How you like dem apples? Think I'm stupid. Okay, Guenther, I'm curious though about, because we know obviously you think that Mercedes is going to win the Constructors Championship. I assume that you think that George Russell is going to beat Kimi Antonelli. We will get there in a second. I'm curious what your thoughts are on kind of the different types of cars that we have racing this year, because what we've seen is these gearing up, getting this turbo humming at the start. Seems like Ferrari's got a serious edge over the rest of the competition. Now they've put in, I think, this 5-second standstill at the beginning of the race.
Delay.
Delay. Do you think that will be enough to kind of make it equal, or do you think that Ferrari's going to have a real edge at the beginning of every race?
I think it will be pretty equal once we get started, because obviously now with the rule in place, everybody works towards that. The rule was made, to make the starts not dangerous, call it like this. That was the main reason behind it, as far as I understand. So obviously Ferrari had done a better job on this one. The other ones left it a little bit late and hoped that everybody was going their way, but Ferrari obviously thought differently, and but then the rule was tweaked. So I think we will see solid starts from anybody. Will Ferrari still have the edge? We are talking so fine margins. I mean, the only thing is we wait until Sunday.
That's right. We'll get those predictions in a second.
Yeah.
We'll get those predictions in a second. Okay, so you think that Mercedes-Benz is winning this Constructors Championship. Yeah. How close do you think it is between Kimi Antonelli and George Russell? Do you think he gives him a run for his money?
Kimi will give him a run, but George is just so much more experienced, and Kimi is 20 years old or 19 or 20 years old, and George did a very good job last year, very solid, very focused. He wants to win a world championship, so all the other 19 want to win, now it's 21 want to win a world championship.
There's 24 races. Do you think it's going to be like a Max Verstappen 2022 type of run with Mercedes? Like, how many wins are we talking here?
How dominant will
is Mercedes be?
I don't think they will be dominant. I think they will have to fight for the wins. I think in the beginning of the season they will have a bigger advantage, but the other ones have got more to recover. Ferrari mainly, I would say. So I don't think there will be a dominance, but I think they're just in the moment that little bit better than the other ones. So if they don't make any mistakes, they should be able to stay ahead.
So would you kind of compare it to 2024, where like Max and Red Bull came out of the gate quick, and then McLaren kind of caught up, and it's about kind of like hanging on?
I think it will be already a battle in the beginning. That there will be not like coming out of the gate this much dominating. It will be. It's just like I think they're just a little bit better.
So how many race winners do you think we're going to see?
5. Don't ask me why I said 5. It's just like a feeling. There will be not be 10 or anything like this. There will be 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then let's hear your top 3. The Drivers' Championship. Who's getting first, second, third? Who do you think?
First, George. Second, Charles. Third, Max. I mean, that's my thing, because it will be good, maybe Kimi can play a game, but no, leave it like this.
Okay. That'll be kind of fun 1, 2, 3 if it's three different
that
teams.
Will be a battle, That will be a battle, yeah.
And you don't think that Max Verstappen has a chance of, pulling a 2025 and just sticking around long enough, and maybe if Ferrari and Mercedes and Kimi's getting in George Russell's way, that Max Verstappen can just be sneaking in there, getting podiums and fighting for another championship?
I think Red Bull will have some reliability problems with the power unit. I think they will be a little bit on the back foot there because it's everything new for them. I think it's their strongest point because it's a new power unit and they came out very good, but it's also their weakest one, that it is new, that they don't know what they don't know yet,
Okay, let's assume for a second that you're right. Let's live in La La Land and assume that you're right. And Max can only scratch out third. Mm-hmm. And the Mercedes is dominant. Is he moving? Is he jumping ship? Is he getting right into bed with George Russell the following year? Is Kimi goodbye at that point? You think Max going to just sit there and be like, "Yeah, I'll run this back next year. I'll come in third again next year," or is he going to or is Toto snapping him the fuck up?
I would say Max is looking where it is going with Red Bull. If they're on the right track, then he stays there, because they have to also to think about if Toto has got the World Championship, can win it with George. I think Max would be a lot more expensive. Obviously, Max has got he's not only you not only get the best driver, you also get the personality of Max, which is worth something marketing wise. But I think it's very difficult to predict this one, how it works out. Because if George does a very good job, why would Toto upset him instead of supporting him and giving
because
him
that's all he's been doing for all of George's career, is upsetting him.
He has done it a lot.
He left him at Williams for 3 years. He brought him over and then didn't give him a contract didn't give him a long-term. He's never given him a long-term deal at Mercedes. He's never locked him down. He's always kind of, he brought in Antonelli. He's saying Antonelli's the future, and he's left space open for Max. With George right there, he's always left the door open for Max. George's whole career, he's left the door open for Max. So why would he start making George happy now? Toto has a fixation on Max.
For him.
Right. I mean, you see this.
I just think he's got Max colored goggles on, and he's had so much regret about not signing him that he's rushed Kimi through.
It's a bucket list.
He's obsessed by it. That's true. He's obsessed by it, yeah.
In the same way that people are drawn to Ferrari, it's like, I gotta drive in red. Feels like Toto Wolff is drawn to Max Verstappen. He's like, I gotta get Max Verstappen to drive for one of my teams.
It looks like he's obsessed by it because he can see it. Also, he tried to do the same with Kimi. Get him as young as possible. I want to replicate Max here.
Also, you have to think about it this way.
Yeah.
If you hire Max, you then don't have him fucking you at Red Bull anymore. You don't have that he is such a problem all the time. Like he almost spoiled the McLaren champion. He basically kept McLaren from winning 2 WDCs in a row. McLaren should have won. The McLaren should have basically won in 24 too.
No, McLaren lost 24. Max didn't win it, or Red Bull didn't win it. McLaren lost it, So.
And they almost lost 25 as well. But
they almost lost 25.
No, don't blame Max on that one. Blame McLaren. Yeah.
I'm curious, Guenther, what your thoughts are on all the quotes from Max Verstappen coming out of testing. He's been very vocal about his, what would you call it? His displeasure. He does not like these new regs. He says they're not in the spirit of Formula One as he sees it. It's Formula E on steroids. He has insisted time and time again. He's not here for the long haul. He will retire if it's not meeting his standards. How real do you think those threats are? How much longer do you think we have Max Verstappen in Formula One?
he changed already a little bit his take on it lately. You know, it's okay now. Yeah. So if Max has got a good car, this will be the best Formula One regulations in the world. If Max has got a shit car, it will be the shittiest regulation ever in Formula One. It is just like this. It's very simplistic, you know. So and I mean, Lando said it very well. If he doesn't want to be around, I mean, all the other drivers are pretty happy if he's not around because he's the best, you know. So if the best leaves, gives more opportunity to the others. I mean, why would any of the others regret if Max is leaving? I mean, also that is logic, you know. Or do you think someone said, no, I really wish Max is here so he can beat me to the World Championship? Yeah, that is what I wish for. No, Max, get away, get the fuck out of here, you know. I can win a championship, you know.
But Formula One wants him there, though. I mean, he's such a big draw. Like,
we all want him there. I mean, I think we all want him there, you know, and he will be staying there. Don't worry. If the car is half decent, Max will not go anywhere.
Okay.
Are you worried about the entertainment value of these cars? Do you think this is going to suck to watch?
No,
for the viewer?
I'm not worried. I want to see exactly what is happening because everybody got an opinion about it. Obviously, we all got an opinion about anything, you know. I know that, and we are all entitled to that one. But I think once we get there, we'll see what actually is happening. And I think if something is happening which isn't to the liking, you know, that it looks too artificial or something, that there is enough room in the regulation to change it immediately, and there's enough room in the technology to change that one, you know, with this, because the only problem can be that is how you deploy the energy and how you recover energy. That will be to see that one. The rest is, I think the rest of the regulations are pretty good.
Okay. Let's discuss. Australia is coming up this Saturday night, Eastern. I think it's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're in Australia, so you'll be seeing it live. So it will be Sunday for you, Saturday for us. What do we have to look forward to in Australia? Who do you think is winning? What's your podium? Guenther, Steiner, what's your podium for Australia?
P1, George. P2, Kimi. P3, Charles.
So Mercedes comes in hot. They say we're the big kids on campus.
Yeah.
How dominant do you think this Mercedes win is going to be? Do you think they're going to like wipe the floor?
No, I think it will be not too dominant. It will be a battle, you know. No, I don't think it will be this dominant. It will be. They need to fight for it, you know.
How many? There's a lot of talk about a lot of retirement. That, like, you know, how many cars are going to be stopped on the side of the road? How many retirements do you think we're getting? How many of these teams are going to fuck it up?
Yeah, I think we have to always when a new power unit regulation comes in, there will be retirements the first half of the season more than we had at tail end of last season because there were none. So how many? Let's make it 20-25% of the cars.
What?
Yeah.
He nods grimly.
Yeah, yes. I mean, it seems like both Aston Martins.
Both Astons are going to be out,
right?
If they make it to the start, yeah, it's already almost.
Yeah. I mean, the formation laps, these starts. I mean, you know, it's like we got this 5 second and push off the line. Who knows if some of these cars are even going to get going on the opening lap?
Aborted start, so anything can happen, you know.
Yeah. It's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, are you looking forward to this season, Guenther? Are you excited about 2026?
Yeah, because just what we said, we don't know what is coming. You know, you cannot really. We make predictions, but the predictions, I mean, I suck them out of my fingers. You know, I mean, I have nothing to go on. You know, it's more like, yeah, this is what I've seen. But if you would drill me down more, you know, it's like why you say it. It's just gut feeling, you know. And yeah, there was some test, but as we said before, it was a sandbagging test. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see how much sandbagging there was. You think there's a lot. You think that George Russell and Kimi Antonelli, a dominant 1-2 performance. Matt, what's your podium for Australia?
In third, I'm going George Russell.
Wow.
And second, I'm going to Lewis Hamilton.
Wow.
And then first, I'm going Leclerc. Leclerc. I think I like those starts, baby. I want to see a sexy start from my Ferrari boys. Look at you. You're turning Ferrari red, Guenther. You can't even believe you're embarrassed to be in the same frame with me.
Here's what's
I like those
interesting.
rotisserie chickens in the back that they got going. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Ferrari.
Here's what's interesting about Australia. If there are a bunch of retirements, then there can be, this thing could get flipped on its head. You know what I mean? Like just the outright pace of the Mercedes. If they're caught with a they're out and Ferrari gets a cheap pit stop, anything can kind of happen in a race where there's that many wild cards.
I wouldn't bet on Ferrari getting a pit stop advantage, but you know what me likey? Multiple restarts.
Yeah.
Okay. Me likey that. Me likey multiple restarts. Maybe a standing start? Multiple standing starts for Ferrari? Are you kidding me? How many different with those rocket launchers and those little tiny little turbos they got back there spooling up real fast? You don't like am I not making a strong case?
Anyway, have you not understood that? You don't get bonus points if you have a good start. I mean, there's only one, the last one.
Well,
half the fucking time the race is won at the start, Guenther. Even I know that.
Track position, baby. I think it's going to be George Russell, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. That's my podium, and I like the way that it sounds. Tune in next week to see who was right and our reactions. Tune in Sunday to see. And Guenther?
Subscribe. I was just going to say
Subscribe. All right. We're going to have a good year, fellas. Season 3, Vankah Hours. This is the beginning.
Arrivederci.
Goodbye, Wankers. Arrivederci,
Vankahs.
Goodbye, Vankas.
I'm a boss. I'm a red flag heavy hitter. I'm a mailman, baby. I deliver.